YouTube is in a weird state right now. Sorry if I sound like I've just gone out of bed. It takes off my voice to get to a normal point, but doesn't matter. It's not the point of this. Um, but there has been a drama that's been going around recently. Don't know if you heard of it, but it's from a channel called Dan Plan, and they are, long story short, a kind of like storytime animation channel, but more on the game show side of thing. Um, and this drama's been going on for almost a month now. Started with one of the members of Dan Plan, Steven, uploading a video saying that he left because Dan was making some shady business practices. He wasn't getting paid enough. One of the members, Hosa, was getting about 15% of all the shares of the channel, and Steven was getting like barely under 300 quid. Not 300 quid, about $300. Sorry, I'm English, so yeah, if you could not tell already. But yeah, Steven said he wasn't getting paid enough, and that Dan said that Steven was just an employee and shit, and yeah, so that sucked for a good week. Then one of the members, Jay, one of the newish members, Jay, not more newish to people who are used to the main the members that were the main three. So you had Hosa, Dan, and Steven. Jay started in these very second video of the channel completely, like the second video on the channel. Then left for a bit, then came back to do the storytime stuff. So to most people, he's a newish member. But that doesn't, yeah. But he came out with a 30-minute video talking about how Dan wasn't paying the animators enough, and that he said that what did he say? Something along the lines of he wasn't paying the animators enough, and he was paying like their country's standard rate, which again is a bit of a shit business practice because you should pay them standard Canadian rate, so it works out for their currencies. I guess they were from a lot of Middle Eastern countries, but they are like the backbone of the channel because there's like 10 of them and they all do the animation work. Host used to do most, if not all of it, but then they got an animation team, and yeah, that came out, and then we had 2 solid weeks after Jay's video of just radio silence from Dan, and at the moment, because Dan hadn't said anything, it was we only had Jay's and Steven's word, so everybody was Team Jay and Steven and being all against Dan. Obviously, Dan, I imagine, had his own supporters saying like he's obviously not come out with a video yet, so just wait for a bit. He'll come out with one, and he has come out with one. It's roughly an hour long, so for the people that it came out in the early morning, like 2 a.m. ish, I hope that you at least watched half of it, got some rest, had some water, and came back and watched it again, because that's important. And I've just started watching it, and apparently Steven was like, at one point Dan said at one point Dan said Steven didn't consider him a true friend, and it's gotten to the point where I think that YouTubers just don't talk anymore. They don't. They just make videos on each other because sometimes there's no other choice. And it just sucks. And this is kind of a video this is kind of me stretching out my hand to Dan, saying that I apologize for being so pro Steven, and I won't lie, I did hate you for a bit, but now I just don't know who to believe anymore. So, Dan, I do apologize for that. I've not watched the whole of your video, but it seems that you've taken a very neutral stance to this. I will probably email you after this, saying that if you need anybody to talk to, I'm welcome to. Like, trust me, I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to properly talk about the situation. Like, somebody who's been on and off Dan Plan for a while. I used to watch you a lot, then I stopped, then I watched you for a bit again, and then this drama happened, and it just sucks. This whole thing sucks. And I just wish that both of you would properly calm down and talk to each other. I know you tried to reach out to Stephen, but maybe, I guess, it's not really my opinion. I don't really have a right to say it, but I wish you just kept on trying to get Stephen to talk to you. But it seems that Stephen has just had enough with you. I don't know. I hope you two can sort this out. Honestly, Dan Plan is one of the best channels I've seen so far. You seemed to have it just sucks. This whole thing just sucks. You had the best chemistry I'd ever seen in any channel. Like, more so than Game Grumps. Like, this is the biggest breakup drama since JonTron got fired from Game Grumps. So, yeah. In the famous words of Charlie or Critical, that's it. See ya.